Liverpool, 2025. Rain poured over Mathew Street in a relentless drizzle, casting silvery reflections from the streetlights and neon signs. Umbrellas jostled in the crowd as tourists snapped photos outside the famous Cavern Club. Somewhere among them, a hooded teenager moved with purpose. Mark Thomas was 18, a talented but unsure guitarist, gripping his guitar case like a lifeline. His heart raced. This wasn't just any gig, it was the Cavern Club. He had dreamed of this day for years, ever since his dad showed him old Beatles records and told him stories of a musical revolution born right here in Liverpool. "I can't mess this up," Mark muttered under his breath. "First real gig. Don't fall flat on your face." As he reached the narrow stone stairway leading down to the club's entrance, he took a nervous step and slipped. The soaked stone betrayed him. His feet flew out from under him, and he tumbled hard down the steps. But as he fell, something strange happened. It wasn't just the pain or the shock. There was a sound, a swirl of guitar feedback, cymbals crashing, voices in reverse, like time itself twisting, then silence. Mark groaned and blinked open his eyes. He was lying on the cold floor of the Cavern Club, but everything looked different, dimmer, smokier. He pushed himself up to find himself face to face with a young man in a leather jacket and round spectacles. "You all right there, spaceman?" the man asked, helping him up. Mark's mouth dropped open. John Lennon. The young man raised an eyebrow. "You know me?" Yeah, I mean, everyone knows you," John chuckled. "You hit your head, mate? That your guitar, or you just carry it for fashion?" "I play," Mark stammered. "Well then," John said with a smirk, "come play. One of our lads is out sick." "You know some other guy?" I do." "Good, let's see if you can keep up." The stage lights blinded him for a moment. Mark stood shoulder to shoulder with legends Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and John Lennon. Paul looked him up and down. "Who's the kid, John?" "New lad, says he can play." "Let's give him a go," John replied casually. George muttered, "Hope he doesn't throw up on my amp." Ringo leaned over and asked kindly, "What's your name, mate?" Mark Thomas." Paul gave him a wink. "All right, Mark, let's rock." They launched into Some Other Guy, then rolled straight into Twist and Shout. Mark found himself lost in the music, fingers moving instinctively. He nailed a solo mid-song, and the crowd roared with approval. Afterward, the band led him off stage and into the back bar, full of smoke, laughter, and clinking glasses. "What'll it be, love?" asked the bartender, a young woman with a friendly smile. Her name tag read Emma. Whatever they're having," Mark said. "That'd be lukewarm bitter and mystery peanuts," Ringo said with a grin. Paul leaned in. "Tell us about the future then, Mark. What's Liverpool like in, 1982? Mark hesitated, then shrugged. "More like 2025. The lads laughed, but John leaned back thoughtfully. "Oh, bloody hell. Right," George said. "You're a time traveler now?" "I don't know," Mark admitted. "I slipped down the stairs, ... Thought I hit my head. But this feels real." "You played like someone who knows his way around a stage," Paul said. "You lot." Mark looked at each of them. "You're the reason I ever picked up a guitar." They exchanged glances. Something quiet passed between them. "You reckon we'll be remembered?" Ringo asked. "You'll be legends," Mark said, unable to hold back. "Albums, films, museums. People will come from all over the world to see where you played. Even me," Ringo added with a laugh. "All of you," Mark said. "You change music. You change everything." Emma returned with drinks. "Mark, you all right? You've gone pale." "I think I need some air," he said. He stumbled out into a narrow alley behind the club. Rain misted the cobblestones, and distant street music floated in. His head swam. Was he dreaming, dying, hallucinating? The world spun, then darkness. Mark woke to the buzz of his phone and sunlight peeking through his bedroom curtains. He sat up quickly, heart pounding, still in his clothes, guitar case beside him. "Mark," shouted Jake from outside his door. "You smashed it yesterday, mate," Mark blinked. "Yesterday, ... He unzipped the guitar case. A folded flyer slipped out. He picked it up. The Beatles. Live at the Cavern Club, July 7th, 1962. He stared at it. Real paper. Real ink. Was it real? A dream? A knock on the head. "I don't know how," Mark whispered. "But I got to play with the Beatles. Even if it wasn't real, it felt more real than anything else." He strummed the opening riff of Twist and Shout on his guitar. Time travel or not, he was ready now to really play. The next weekend, Mark was back at the Cavern Club. The modern version. Still sacred. Still legendary. The crowd buzzed with anticipation. Emma, older now, handed him a bottle of water. "Ready, rock star?" "Always," Mark replied. Jake clapped him on the shoulder. "Try not to time travel this time, yeah?" Mark laughed. "No promises." The lights dimmed. He stepped on stage, plugged in, took a breath, then struck the first chord. Somewhere in the crowd, someone clapped in perfect time. Maybe it was just a dream. Or maybe music really could bend time. Either way, Mark was home.